afternoon. I'm Peter Pressman. I'm a physician. I work at the University of Maine. I do internal medicine and critical care. For decades, I have worked with my colleagues, Dr. Roger Clemens and Dr. Wally Hayes. We do a great deal of international work in the area of nutrition. We do humanitarian outreach and disaster relief, all keyed on underserved populations, austere environments, where nutrition is especially critical. So what we see in a highly controlled situation is that you can manipulate an experimental protocol essentially with exaggerated doses or unusual routes of administration, which will elicit what you want to find, what you want to see. We all, to some extent, are prone to that kind of error. It's bias. So while the research was clearly done by well-trained scientists, the mistake, the error of falling into making great declarations and conclusions that are rather sensational it's tempting. You want to find an easy explanation. We all want to be reductionists. We all want to say, if P, then Q. But that's not compatible with human physiology. We are not simple. We are incredibly complicated. Therein lies the good news about palm oil. It is not only not a source of pathology, even in a complex system, but there is no way that the accumulated evidence, and you're talking about now probably at this point 24 studies, which are not perfect. No study ever is. All these are flawed to some degree, but the preponderance of evidence is overwhelmingly that palmitic acid and dietary palm oil are not only non-toxic and do not support any aspect of the development of cancer, but in fact suppress the development of cancer and suppress distant spread and invasion. And that's remarkable. That needs to be looked at further. So we're now looking at more of the hidden upsides rather than a downside, which is really, when you look at the evidence, it's really not legitimate. And that's pretty much the whole trajectory as far as our involvement goes. We seek to support groups that are doing the right thing. And that also motivates us to be involved with the entire palm story. Responsibility in industry is unusual. And the Malaysian palm oil industry has demonstrated that they absolutely are the exception in the world. This is extraordinary. And the real task here is not only to, in a very deliberate and evidence-based way and in a very calm way, say, we don't know a lot here, but it's important to say the risk is minimal if it exists at all. That's something we can say. So we'll learn more and more, and it is our expectation that we'll find even more evidence to suggest that palm oil is not only safe in its role in human nutrition, but actually health promoting.